Hey everybody, this is Plum Crazy Val with Valerie Jewelry, and this is the America Stars bracelet tutorial. This bracelet is the red, white, and blue with silver super duos. The one I will be showing you to make today will be the bronze. This is crystal bronze pale gold, and I'm using Toho seed beads. This is the red number 45 opaque red, number 41 opaque white, and number 48 opaque royal blue. The glass I'll be using is a 3-strand slide lock tube. You can use any style you would like, but as long as it has the three strand loops on it, that's what you need. The needle I'm using is a tulip number 11, and I'm using Fireline. You can use whatever you like. I'm going to have it a short thread to show you how to basically make the bracelet. I'm not going to do a full bracelet. So to begin, you are going to pick up a super duo, a seed bead, a super duo, and a seed bead, and a super duo, and a seed bead, a super duo, and a seed bead. And you want 4 in a row of each, just like that. And you're going to bring it into a circle. Now if you're making the red, white, and blue, please keep in mind that the color order is red, white, and blue. So be very careful of that. If you're making it a different color, it doesn't really matter, unless you're making it like a pattern. And we're just going to tie it into a knot to make it into a circle. Like this. And then I'm going to go back through all of the beads just to reinforce the thread to make it stronger. Now each time I do a round on this bracelet, I do go through twice because it keeps the bracelets together stronger and they're not just sitting there bobbing around. Okay, so we're going to go through all the way around. Okay, when you get to the last one, you're going through the super duo, and you're going to want to go through the top hole of the last super duo you are coming out of. So now we are at the top of that super duo. What you're going to do is you're going to pick up, because we're going to start another round, you're going to pick up another red seed bead, a super duo, a seed bead, a super duo, a seed bead, a super duo, and a seed bead. The reason why you're picking up only 3 super duos is because you already have your 4th one here. This is like right angle weave, just a little different because it has 2 holes. Just make sure you have a seed bead on each side because you want a seed bead here and a seed bead here. So you're going to go back through the top hole that you're coming out of. See, you have another round there. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and reinforce it by going through it again. So all the way around. All right, so we're coming out of that last super duo, and you want to go back through that top hole so we can make another round. So I'm not going to make a full-size bracelet. I'm just going to do a few pieces just so you know how to put it together. You can make it as long as you want. So what I will do now is I will make the loops that hold the clasp on. So what I did before was I made these kind of loops. So I'll show you how to do those. They're really cute, almost like a little arrow. So let me show you how to do that. So each time I'd make a line, because this is your first column here, it'll be red all the way down as long as you want it. And then at the end, you're going to have your loop. So you make sure you come out that top hole of that last super duo. Then you're going to pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the reds, because you are using the red at this time, and you're going to go through the hole that you're coming out of. Okay, And then what you're going to do is you're going to go through the first 3 seed beads. And you're going to grab another seed bead, and you're going to go through the next 3. And the super duo. And that's how you get your arrow kind of look. Okay. So what I do is, since it's the loop that is holding the clasp on, you do want to make sure you reinforce it. So I go through it about 3 or 4 times just to make sure that it's going to be nice and strong, because you know you got your clasp on there and it's going to pull a little bit if you're wearing it on your wrist. So just go through that a few times, as many times as you like. You feel that it is strong enough to keep a hold of that clasp and hold your bracelet together. All right, so you are coming back out of that first hole again, just like this. All right, so now we want to start another round. All right, so what I do is you're going to follow your loops, because you don't want any string hanging out or showing. So you go back through your bottom hole of the super duo that you're coming out of. And then you're going to go through the seed bead and the super duo, the bottom hole of that super duo. That's next in line, okay? So what you're going to do to start another round of your next row, which would be white, because you're doing red, white, and blue. So you're going to go through that top hole, okay? And then you're going to grab a white seed bead, a super duo, a white seed bead, super duo, a white seed bead, a super duo, and a white seed bead. Oops. And you're going to go through that hole you're coming out of. Okay, let's go ahead and reinforcement so you can see it better. Okay, so let's stop at this seed bead here, because this is your front one. Okay, you see it's next to this clasp loop here. So you want to go ahead and make your next loop. So I go ahead and do it while I'm already on this round. So you go through the top seed super duo hole just like this, and then you're going to grab 3, and then another 3 to make 6 seed beads all together, and you're going to go through the hole you're coming out of. Then you're going to go through the first 3. Oops, hang on a second. Trying to get away from me here. Okay. Well, that doesn't help when your thread comes off your needle. All right. Okay, so we're going to go through the first 3. Then we're going to grab another white seed bead and then go through the next 3 and the super duo and pull, and it's going to give you that little arrow shape. Okay, now like I said, reinforce it because it's your loop that holds your clasp. So go through it a few times. Okay, go through the super duo, and then you're going to go through the bottom hole of that super duo, because we're going to go back through that first round that's there right here, and we're going to continue to add our next rounds. And this is where I show you how to make your connection with the first row and the second row. Okay, so keep in mind that your rounds are consist of 4 super duos. All right, so this next round is already going to have 2. You're going to have this side one and this top one, and then we're going to need another side and then the bottom one. So what you do is you're coming out this bottom hole here. So you're going to go through the top hole, and you're going to add a seed bead, a super duo, a seed bead, and a super duo, just 2, and then one more seed bead, because you want that seed bead to be touching this super duo. So you go through the top one here, top hole, you bring it through, and then you're going to add another seed bead because you need a seed bead in between these two super duos here. So you're going to go through the top hole that you're originally coming out of. And that's how you make that round. See how it's all connected. So we are going to reinforce it and go through it all the way around again, because you don't want none of your beads loose. You want them nice and tight. So go through it around again. Okay. And then you would go to that last one and then continue your row here. So we're going to add the next row, which will be your blue. Okay. And just go through that top hole on the side because you're adding your blue here because you have your red, your white, and now you need your blue. So you would add a blue, a super duo, a blue, a super duo, a blue, a super duo, and a blue. You would add 3 because you just have your 1 here. So go ahead and go through that hole you're coming out of. And you're going to go through all the beads again to reinforce, make them nice and tight. Okay, you're going to go through this super duo because it's next in your round that you're going to connect your next round here to make your, and then you're going to make your clasp loop here. So you're going to go through this top hole of the super duo and you're going to add 1 seed bead because you already have your next super duo right here. Then you're going to add a blue, a super duo, a blue, and a super duo, and a blue. Because you only need 2 because you already have 1 and 2 here. Go through the original super duo you were coming out of, and there's your next round. So let's reinforce this one, and I'll show you how to make your last loop for your clasp. Okay, so you're going to go through that bottom hole of the super duo. Then you're going to go through the top hole here because that's where you're going to make your next loop for the clasp. And you're going to grab 6 seed beads. Okay, go through the hole you're coming out of. Then you're going to go through, if I can hold that, the first 3 seed beads. Okay, grab 1 blue and go through the next 3. Go through the super duo here. And then you want to go through each one again just to reinforce, make it nice and tight. So there is just a piece of the America Stars bracelet just to show you how I piece it all together. And like I said, you just keep going with your rows and then you connect them as the length that you need it to be. Just to make it easy on you, just make your loops for your clasp as you make your rows. Makes it a lot easier in the end. You don't have to go backtrack and add extra thread if you don't need to. Then you connect your clasp to it, and it'll have the 3 loops for a 3-strand, and it'll connect just like this. And then you'll have your bracelet. I hope this was easy to follow. If you have any questions, please let me know. Please follow me on Facebook and Etsy. I have an Etsy shop. And my name is Plum Crazy Val, and this jewelry is Valerie Jewelry. I thank you very much.